Good morning. Good morning, replay viewers and live viewers, web viewers. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Tanya, Roseanne. Oh my gosh, you guys' names are popping in so quick. Michelle, good morning. Hey, Catherine. Super late today because I had to sleep. Hi, Tanya. Hey, Mom. So we're roasting Northern Lights Black Spruce again today. Yay, Cynthia! Your crazy work schedule. Cynthia, your little oil bottle should be there soon. I mailed it last Tuesday. So, you see that truth bomb over there? Metamorphosis is naturally destructive. Sleep is good. Metamorphosis is naturally destructive. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. And let me see if I can get the camera to turn around. Whoops. And it just popped out. So, and we're going to talk about this little Matryoshka doll today. Matryoshka is a metaphor. Oh, here we go. Oh, come on. Stop it. Stop it, phone. Ah. Oh. So enjoy looking at that truth bomb because it may be all you see. Yes. Yeah. Yep. There would. There's a... Oh, man, this phone. You can hear me tapping, can't you, too? Sheesh. Okay. Well, double tap to flip camera. Yeah, I know that. Oh, I thought we had it for a second. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Yep, I'm doing it. I'm double tapping. Arrgh. So, yeah, enjoy my knitting needle inventory. I blame Periscope, too. I might have to sign off and sign back on again. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me here? Come on, come on, come on, come on. I don't think it's going to do it. Let me give it a second to catch up. So, brother. I hope this is not an indicator of the way the rest of the day is going to go. And don't you love that tapping sound? I know you can hear it, because I can hear it when my mom's doing it. Oh, brother. Okay. Hi, Linda. Okay. I'm getting it. It's zooming, but it won't. Oh, you guys. Okay, hold on. I'm going to just lay the camera down. Enjoy the darkness. Welcome to the void. The place where all things come from. Except for I'm going to turn. Oh, there I am. Oh, look at my ceiling. Live TV. You just got to roll with it. You got to roll with that. Okay. All right. We got it. We're on track now. Oh my gosh. Oh, so much drama. It is a nice ceiling. It actually matches the floor. The ceiling and the floor are exactly the same. And the ceiling and the floor were handmade with wood that was milled off this property. So the guy who built it milled the wood, cut the trees down, milled the wood, made the ceiling and the floor. And then some people who came after that put a ridiculously orange stain on it. I don't know if you can see how orange it is. Yeah, see, that's pretty orange. And I'm not a fan of that, so someday when I feel energetic, I'll be changing that sanding it. And because it's handmade, the floor, the boards are not flush, so it's hard to sweep them up. So I think we're going to sand it, make it level, and let the natural wood color show and get that orange stain off, because the orange affects the pictures that I take from my product reviews. Hello, Jana. Okay, what I wanted to talk to you about today. My name's Michelle Wolf, by the way. You can find me at caddyshackdesigns.com. And I'm here every day before noon. Thank you. Every day before noon Eastern to talk about Course in Miracles and desire mapping and doubtaging. And I really want to talk to you about the natural destruction of change. Because some people get upset that when they start A Course in Miracles or they start... God! Wow! Natural destruction, see? You know, like the natural destruction of your phone popping out of its tripod and your camera not turning around, and it's making it hard to feel smart. Okay. Maybe I should sign off and start over. Okay, I'm trying to be smart. I know, right? This is way too much chaos. We're dealing with destructive forces, as it's been on my mind. So, we may actually get to read A Course in Miracles today. That is what we're here to do. I'll go ahead and flip it open. But my name is Michelle Wolf. CaddyshackDesigns.com is where you can find me, if you still want to. And, so Heath had his first night at work at the new company. Loved it. Yes, I think so. I think we're set. I'm double checking the camera. Thank you, Tanya. Thanks for the shares. Right, you share and then you have to contact people and say, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to share that crazy person. He does have a new job. He did work last night. He absolutely loved it. He texted me several times. It's so safe. It's clean. There's no rats. The other place had rats and cockroaches, like everywhere. So it's totally clean. They have great food in the break room, actually some healthy food. He loved it. No one was shouting. No one was yelling. Oh, yeah, it was gross. He actually got to where he wouldn't even get water. He would take extra water to not have to go in the kitchen. Bye, Jana. Clean, nice, everyone's relaxed and happy. Instead of trying to do 42 tasks, you have one. So you can focus on it and do it well. And everybody has their one task, so they all get to focus and do it well. It was pretty terrible. I'm so glad he got laid off. Okay, so that's the gift, right? I'm so glad he got laid off. His energy changed, so the job had to change. And that's what we're talking about today. When your energy changes, your life can feel upside down. Yes. Today is the 26th. Happy birthday, Tristan. I know he doesn't watch these, but Catherine, you can tell him happy birthday for me. Happy birthday, Tristan. Tristan's my nephew. See, that's how you can't let yourself freak out over change, because you just don't know where it's going. My husband is a diehard loyalist, and he'll stay in environments just because he hates change so much. And he feels loyalty. So even when it's misplaced. I guess I don't want to think that too far. But, you know, when he got laid off, I was like, holy shit. And then I was like, okay, no, we're just going to roll with it, and we're just going to see what happens. And we played it out, and look what happened. I got to have him here at home during the day, which is nice, because working nights is hard on a marriage. And they said probably within 6 or 7 months he'll be on day shift, because they're growing and expanding so much. So it's great. Ultimately, we'd like to get it where he could just do his small engine repair, but he has to work at like Home Depot or something. He has to be with people, so he can't like stay home all the time like I do. But okay, so let's talk about destruction. When you start Course in Miracle work and you start deconstructing your stories about life, or you're doing Byron Katie worksheets or whatever, there's no way to prepare yourself for change. I tell people in the Desire Map workshop, you're taking the lid off a pot of emotions, and they're gonna come out. And it might look ugly, and it can feel overwhelming if you don't remember to tell yourself, metamorphosis is naturally destructive. The process of change is naturally destructive. So jobs may change, relationships will change. If you're doing the work, relationships will change because you're changing. Sometimes that looks like complete and utter chaos, and you're like, what in the hell is happening to my life? I started this, A Course in Miracles, and now I'm in the shitter. You're actually not. You are actually tearing down the old structures and replacing it with truth. Yes. You're tearing down the falsehoods and blowing that up and replacing it with truth. That's not easy. I tell people all the time, it takes guts to do these processes. It takes a lot of balls, frankly, to stick with them because it's not easy. Okay, Linda. Thank you. Love you. The good old pooper. The worst thing you can do is start these processes, and when things get chaotic, stop. Because you've taken the lid off that pot and stuff is boiling out. Eventually that pot's going to be empty. It's going to be just empty space waiting to be filled with truth and love and connection and all the things that you want. But there is a chaotic destruction process that happens before that can happen, right? So you can't go buy a bunch of new clothes and stuff them in the closet without getting rid of your old clothes, or you're going to just have a big muddy mess in there. Which is why I wanted to talk to you about these little dolls. Help me so much, this little Matryoshka doll. Russian nesting dolls. Sometimes they're called babushka dolls because they look like little old ladies. I think I should have the twins call me babushka. Because every time we show, this is off topic kind of, every time we show the kids something new, the baby something new, we say, whoa, look at that. So all day yesterday, Avery was saying, whoa, what's that? Every time she saw something new. And that would be a great attitude to take every time you find something new in yourself. So she doesn't know good and bad yet. She's just like, whoa, what's that? And she says it all rednecky, what's that? Because we live in Georgia. So, think about approaching your changes like that. Like, whoa, what is that? Where did that come from? Where did that layoff come from? What is that? Where did that guy who tried to run me off the road yesterday come from? What's that? I'll tell you what it was in just a second. Okay. Get yourself a little Matryoshka doll. You can get them anywhere. You can order them online. You can get these things anywhere. This is you. And then you start reading A Course in Miracles. You start coming to Periscopes. And you start doing work on yourself. And what happens? Your head blows off. You explode. And you find a different you. You create a different you through the destruction. This you, gone. Let it go. It's fine. It's still there, but you're not wearing it anymore. Okay, so just trying to give you guys a visual. Okay, so I'll use myself as an example. Last year I said the word connected, and everything that kept me disconnected came forward and slapped me in the face, basically. This year I set divine ease as my intention. So here's me, and I'm like, hey, I like the sound of core desired feeling, divine ease. That feels good in my body. I like how that feels. It makes me exhale when I hold my breath. So everything that's not divine ease has to be taken, destroyed, let go of. It doesn't have to be a violent process. We say destroyed, but you could say dissolved or resolved. And then here's this. So now I've set divine ease as, and you'll do this on every single belief you do, neutralized. So information started coming about why I don't let things be easy, because everything that doesn't match the core desired feeling of divine ease has to come forward so I can see it, so I can let it go, so I can take the old clothes out of the closet and put the new clothes in. So I got some information. I got aware of some judgments I have toward people who have it easy perceptually. Nobody has it easy. Nobody has it easy in this life. We all have something. So it's an ego perception that, oh, so-and-so has it so easy, and I'm judgy about that. Even a little bit of judgy. So even like the eye roll, kind of judgy. So it wasn't like massive, I hate those people. It's more of a chronic low level of, well, sure, they have it easy. It's kind of a snottiness. So I got aware of that. So here goes another layer, right? So I'm moving more into ease. So all day long, I'm saying to myself, ooh, that was a squeaker. I'm saying to myself and doing whatever I can to feel ease. So I think about it. I write about it in the morning. I move through my day with it, which means more is going to come up. So yesterday, nope, take that back. A couple of days before, I listened to a Jody England recording, and sometimes I struggle with sound, and the sound of her voice sometimes makes it hard for me to hear her information, but her information is super good, and I usually end up listening to her recordings 2 or 3 times. So again, that's where then the concept gets reinforced even more. Like whatever you're complaining about in other people, whatever you're judging them for, is what you are not going to let happen in your life. Okay? Because you have a judgment against it. So if I say I hate skinny people, and I don't. If weight were an issue for me and something I felt bad about, which it's not, but if I looked at skinny women in particular and hated on them, I would make sure that I was never that. Okay? Because I don't want to be something that I hate. So this is subconscious stuff. Like this is what you're feeding the parts of you who are like, oh gosh, okay, well we can't be that because that's bad. That doesn't feel good. That's a hated thing. So we're not ever going to be thin. We're always going to stay fat because we don't want to be skinny because that's bad. So we might do the same thing with people who have money. We might do the eye roll. Oh, it's easy for them. They have money, or oh, they have it so easy, or anything they want, they get. Little jealousy things, little judgment things. That makes certain that we're not going to have wealth and abundance, because people who have wealth and abundance, we're feeding that emotion of that's bad in our energy. Is this making sense to you? So I'm doing that with ease and seeing all the ways that I judge people who have it easy. So another layer comes off, okay? Bloop. So here I am yesterday, because I'm to the core of it now. I got it. I got this. And when you're working it heavily all day long, this has taken, what are we on? January 26th? 26 days. Okay, so here I am yesterday. Boop, 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 boop. I'm driving. I'm a little bit choice get all. I'm driving back from Atlanta because Morgan works in Atlanta now, so I met her there at the salon to get a jump on traffic because I needed to get back for last night's last men's desire map workshop, which there was only one man in there, but I'm going to hazard a guess that it was successful. So I'm driving along. All of a sudden, here comes my nemesis, which I didn't realize how much I hated this type of man until yesterday. Well, Tanya, you might have mixed feelings about it. Oh, I'm sorry about the chaos, but I think you guys are heading in a good direction. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. So I'm driving along. Here comes the classic, right? Big truck, all up in my butt. I can see nothing but truck grill. Good. My nemesis. My kryptonite. Like a Dodge. Let's just say a Dodge Ram. Those great big ones. Not like a semi-truck, but a Dodge Ram. All, tailgating me and stuff. And I'm going 80 in a 70. So I'm not like going super fast. I definitely could go faster. But I can't get over rednecks. White men in their 40s to 60s. 40 to 60 to 70s. Basically everyone in Congress right now. Yeah. Okay, so, and I'm going to say even worse than that is the churchy looking aggressive driver in a big truck. Okay, I can't move over. There's nowhere for me to go. I'm not going to go more than 80 because I was approaching this city called Jasper and there's always a trooper in the median. So I'm not going more than 10 miles over. I don't care how much he pushes. So, and I don't do the brake check because I'm afraid he's actually so close to me that he won't see the brakes, because the brake check is fun, right? Where you go and hit your brakes and people are like, oh, okay, they'll back off. That's kind of entertaining. But when a truck's that close to you, it could be dangerous, so I didn't do it. When I could move over, I was getting pissed by this time. When I could move over, I did after I brake checked, because that was really passive aggressive of me, right? So I'm starting to move over and I brake checked. That's just being an asshole. So I'm aware that I'm doing this in the moment. Like, what are you doing? You're turning into an asshole because this guy behind you is being an ass. So I'm seeing it. I'm aware of it. Then he comes by me and he's that rednecky, but also churchy looking type. So kind of balding, white, in his 60s-ish, maybe 50s, glasses, button-down shirt, and he gives me the face and I give him the finger. Because that's enlightened. Because that's a great thing to do on the Georgia highway, where people carry guns in their bras and in their everything. There's guns everywhere. I was being an arrogant snot too, though. I was like, oh yeah, motherfucker. I was like ready. How's this? I was ready to take him on. This is kind of a long story, so I'm glad thank you for being patient. Okay, so this is me when this is happening, and I'm aware that I'm doing it, that I'm meeting him where he is instead of maintaining my own sense of peace, which is where I was before this happened. But it happened for a reason, because, right, way back here, I said I wanted to experience divine ease. So layers come off and layers come off, and I'm suddenly aware in that moment of how much I hate white men. So white males in our society represent to me everything I hate, because, and my mom and I have traveled a lot together, and we've experienced the direct result of white men taking precedence over other people's needs. A loud white male can get anything he wants. Anything he wants. Even, this happened to my mom in first class. A white guy was complaining that they only had one sandwich left. The stewardess is like handing it to my mom, basically, and then takes it back and says, oh, I'll be right back. And then kind of sneaks around and gives it to the white male behind us who's bitching and complaining. Yes. And then told my mom, I'm sorry, he was really complaining. So, I gave it to the white guy. You're a woman in her 60s and you're hungry too, but, the white guy, of course, he needs the sandwich. So that's like all these examples, okay? I get cut off by them in standing in line. I've had people, I've had white guys just shove me out of the way. Oh, you're fine, Roseanne. So all of a sudden it's crystal clear to me that they're like the last remaining population that I have a really harsh judgment about. So I went through the judgment of successful females, because that's close to me, being jealous of that, or being judgy about that, which that wasn't any big deal. That took like a couple of days to get over. It wasn't any big deal at all. Yeah, so Donald Trump is less aggravating to me because he's so outside of my experience. He's a suit-wearing Yankee guy, and, he's totally so wealthy that it's, like, even unbelievable. But, yeah, that type of entitlement, okay? So, I hate that, okay? So, follow me on this. So privileged. So, follow me here. All week I've been saying the things I complain about are the things that I want, but I won't let myself have them because there's a story in the way. Okay? If I'm worried about my size and I complain about skinny women, then I secretly want to be skinny, but I don't believe it's possible, so I'll judge instead. So now flip that over to this white guy thing. And it's older too, like 50s and 60s-ish. I know intuitively that I can claim anything I want from the universe and ask and then act as if I have already received it and it will come to me, but I don't let myself do it because there's stories in the way. And then I get mad when I see people who do it. So the worst thing to me in my harshest judgment, oh no. But what I will do is get the feel of that power. Okay, so when we're seeing it play out in the white male patriarchy, that's a distorted version. It's like so loud as to be absurd, but it really helped me see it yesterday. So if we want to go with stereotypes, your white male guy is that guy who runs up on cars on the highway. This is like the worst stereotype. So they run up on cars on the highway. Yes, claim the privilege, not the arrogance, because the truth, what's being represented is a distorted view of the actual truth. Okay, the same way that Periscope is a way that we create on Earth our collective oneness. But it's bulky, right? It's technology. It's not a real oneness, but it's as close as we can get. We're trying to pull that oneness into our tangible life, and the best way we've found so far is Periscope. I get the last sandwich. Damn it. Okay, so we have a form of collective unconscious with Periscope because we can see each other, but it requires technology. It frequently fails. My phone pops out of its tripod. The camera won't turn around. Same thing with white men, okay? They're entitled. They use their power without regard to other people. So that's like a distorted view of what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is that knowledge in their bones that if they want it, they can have it. There's no story in the way. There's no questioning, well, do I deserve to have 42 hotels? And do I deserve to take over the entire highway with my big overcompensating for something truck? Do I deserve that? Do I deserve to make $5 million a year plus bonuses? Is that, maybe I don't deserve that. Okay, there's none of that. There's none of that. Their claiming of what they want is absolutely pure. We don't like how it looks because it does hurt other people, and that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the in your bones certainty that you can have and are deserving of and entitled to everything good in this life. Everything good. All the love you want, all the money you want, all the beautiful surroundings that you want, all the beautiful relationships that you want is yours for the taking. But you've got to get the story out of the way. And the way you do that is what you're doing every day. But things will happen in your environment that piss you off, that hurt your feelings, that make you cry, because they're showing you this has to come off. This has to be removed. Then you get to this, and you will get even more removal until you get to the core, the baby, the innocence of the child, the absolute open willingness to meet life as it is, to experience reality without labeling. The childlike, become like little children, isn't to run around and scream, "What's that?" every 5 seconds, although you can. And it certainly doesn't mean hitting your Gigi in the face when you pick her up to change her diaper. Okay, but it's open. Children don't label. Avery doesn't know good or bad. She just says, "What's that?" With this curiosity, with this open curiosity. What's that? What's that? What's next? They wake up and their eyes are open and they're like, what's today? What's today going to be? What's going to happen next? They're so curious. We don't ever have to lose that. And whatever's pissing you off, whatever's hurting your feelings, whatever's making you cry is a layer that just needs attention, acceptance, and then it naturally falls away. Okay, so you're not like, I'm going to rip this layer off. it naturally falls away. As soon as you see it demonstrated in life, you experience the reaction to it, you observe yourself having it, and then you start to ask, whoa, what's this? And the information comes to you. And then it dissolves. And then life goes on. And now I get to practice. Okay, it's not white men trigger me because intuitively I know we all have that right to 100% certainty that we belong in the world. We all have that intuitive knowledge of 100% down to the cells of your very being that we own. We own. We tend not to claim because our stories don't let us. We deserve without asking, do we deserve? We deserve, we are worthy of a state of existence that never even asks that question. We never even ask, do I deserve this? Am I worthy of this? It never even crosses our minds. You can be, Susan. You're moving that way. Okay? So when you start a process and the chaos starts, say thank you. Say thank you. Thank you, Jesus all Buddha. Jeebus all Buddha. Thank you, all that is. Thank you for this guy who tried to run me over so that I could see that the source of my biggest judgment. Great, Catherine, love you. Have a great day. The source of my biggest judgment is the source of my greatest treasure. You get that? I don't judge anybody more harshly than that group of people, that group of men in particular. That's my harshest, that's the last, what feels like the last one left, the last group of other people that I have a harsh judgment against, that I withhold love from and withhold energy from and actively actually send out hate. That's not fun to admit, but it's the truth. So, looking at them and taking what they do outside of the material realm, because the actuality of what they do is not healthy, but the intuitive knowing of your own birthright and your own certainty and your own ability to just claim it without question. That's what I want. That is the epitome of divine ease. There is no question of worthiness. There is no question of, if I'm successful, maybe you won't be. Well, you're welcome, Tanya. I've gone past any sense of shame in my life. That's the only reason I can do, that I can come on and say, I feel these horrible things. And here's how you can use them as fodder for your own life. Yeah. I'm certainly not proud of those parts, but I'm willing to own them. Brave or tired, Susan, it's hard to know. At some point you're just like, it's too tiring to wear a mask. It's too exhausting. It's too exhausting to censor myself. Who was I talking to the other day about that? Michelle? I might have been talking to Michelle. Somebody, I think it was Michelle. Where I was like, you know what, I just got to the point where I can't censor myself anymore. Moving into this tiny house really beat it out of me, because I didn't talk about this stuff with my husband. He's not interested in it. He wasn't. He is showing some interest now, but he might have shown interest sooner had I been talking about it. We have some ground rules, like he's not allowed to make fun of anything that I do. If he doesn't agree with it, that's fine. But he can keep his opinions to himself. But it gets too exhausting to live an inauthentic life. It's just too tiring. I think maybe that's why old people, the older you get, the more stuff just comes flying out of your mouth. Because at some point around your 40s, you start to just get too tired to hold it in anymore. Like, I'm going to say what I want to say, and you can deal with it and move on. But it's not that kind of attitude, right? It's not like I'm going to say what I want to say and screw you. Yeah, I'm going to say what I want to say because that's the right thing for me. Oh, Okay, that'd be great. So far, I have like little glimmers of interest from men, but no direct inquiries other than Ben's participation. What I've noticed, the ripples of that is that men are, some men activists suddenly started following me on Twitter. So I know they're seeing it. Oh, thank you. So you will go through this Matryoshka doll process every time. Every time. You'll set a new cortisol feeling. You'll set a new intention. You'll start a new mantra. And this delayering process will start again. And you know what? It's not scary. And you see it happening so you understand. Okay, just like the layoff. There's no finish line. I hope it's okay that I say that Tanya's husband worked the desire map process so full bore and hardcore. That guy, he was the only one, so I was able to spend like 2 hours a week. And he did all the homework. Yeah, good. He worked it. And he's still got work to do, like we all do. But it was really helpful to me to see that the desire map process works with men every bit as they do with women. And I have really missed working with men. It's nice to get the different viewpoint. Well, you're both doing hard work. It's just the beginning. The desire map just gives me... no, I've just been rambling on and on. Sarah, you might want to watch the replay because I told this whole story and we had visuals and it was story time. And we had visual demonstrations. Good morning, Sarah. I listened to most of your scope yesterday, but I was driving, so I couldn't comment a lot. But it was very interesting to me, and I totally agree with you. Fellow lifelong learner. Okay, so I've talked a lot, and never got to the actual book that we're here to talk about. So, yeah. If you want to stick around, we'll move into that. I guess the only other thing I want to say about, I consider it holy destruction. It's a holy process when your life is destroyed, when your old beliefs get destroyed, and when you're aware. Okay. Ooh, Sarah's in the shower. When you're aware of why it's happening, you can observe it with curiosity instead of panic. So the layoff turned out to be the most glorious gift. Heath not going with me the other day turned out to be a glorious gift to me. And I was irritated in the moment, and I was pissed off about it, and then I got over it really quickly and went back to my curiosity. Turned out to be great. The guy nearly running me over on the road yesterday turned out to be the best gift I've received all year. The best gift. The best. And that's that sounds counterintuitive, right? I'm so glad that guy tried to run me off the road. He wasn't literally trying to run me off the road, but he was really scary close. But I'm so glad he did that. I'm so glad he played that part for me so that I could see where I really had such strong judgment. I'm so glad that we co-created that he played a bad guy for me so I could see. That's what happened. Today's the 26th. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. I really try to live like that. I really do. I really do not just talk to you guys about this stuff and then go turn the camera off and then go read romance novels and eat cookies all day. Although I did eat cookies yesterday and I'm really suffering for it today. I don't ask you to do anything that I don't do too. And I don't ask you to do anything. I just say, hey, if you want to do this, you can show up and chat with me in the mornings and listen to my tales of woe. Alrighty. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. The practice today is you can only be attacked if you're not invulnerable. Oh, I'm just rattling away, Catherine. I'll probably be on for a while. Because I just now started on our book. You can only be attacked if you feel vulnerable. Okay? You see attack as a real threat. That is because you believe that you can really attack. And what would have effects through you must also have effects on you. It is this law that will ultimately save you, but you are misusing it now. You must learn how it can be used for your own best interests rather than against them. Susan, when I take a break from Facebook, my life is much more productive. When I just stay in my groups that are healthy, like the PeriFam group and my life support group, which is not very active, but yes, you do. You absolutely do. They're all right there. You project your attack thoughts onto others, and use a feared of being attacked yourself, your own self. Jesus, this hillbilly is the hillbilly air, I swear to God. There's hillbilly in the air here. Because your attack thoughts are projected, you fear attack. Okay, so you know you're attacking, so you're afraid that other people are going to attack you too. I'm slipping. I grew up in Texas, right? But my mom and my aunts were very proactive. Like, we weren't allowed to talk with much of an accent. So unless I went to another state, a lot of people didn't think I was even from Texas. Because we weren't allowed to slang our words around. We just weren't allowed to. So, okay. The idea for today introduces the thought you always attack yourself first. You attack yourself, then you go attack others, then others attack you, and you have a war in your head, and life is not very fun. You believe that you're vulnerable to attack, so you go on the defense, right? You preemptively strike. You strike before the other person can strike. And in attacking them, you're only attacking yourself. So practice with today's idea will help you understand that vulnerability or invulnerability is the result of your own thoughts. When you push yourself to be emotionally vulnerable and get comfortable with that, that's when shame disappears, because you find out you don't have anything to be ashamed of, and you never did. But we're just not comfortable with it, and we keep ourselves a secret. But the less secrets you hold, the easier it gets. 6 practice periods are recommended for today. 2 minutes for each one. Although if it's super painful, keep it to a minute, but don't go less than a minute. 6 times today. Think about this. Have a wonderful day, Susan. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. My attack thoughts are keeping me from feeling my strength is another way you can say that. My attack thoughts are keeping me feeling like a victim. I gotta open this door. The heater's blasting me. And I'm too lazy to get up and go turn it off. The practice period should begin with repeating the idea, then closing your eyes and reviewing unresolved questions whose outcomes cause you concern. The concern may take the form of depression, worry, anger, fear, foreboding, preoccupation. I would add obsession to that. Any problem that is unsettled, that tends to recur in your thoughts throughout the day, is a suitable subject. So, what are you grinding an axe about? What are you putting out of your head, but it just keeps coming back? It's that what they're talking about. So the subject that you keep trying to drop and you can't drop it, that's a suitable thing to practice on today. So name the situation first. I am concerned about, let's just lose money. Let's not lose money. Let's use money. let's use money, since that's what we've been talking about a lot lately. I am concerned about my finances. Then go over every possible outcome that has occurred to you in connection with that which has caused you concern, referring to each one specifically saying, I'm afraid blank will happen. So I am concerned about my bank balance, and I'm afraid that checks will bounce, and I'm afraid that bills won't get paid, or I'm afraid that these classes I want to take won't happen, or I'm afraid that we'll never get the cabin finished. Like, everything that's related to I am concerned about my finances gets worked with today. If you're doing the exercises properly, you should have 5 or 6 distressing possibilities available for each situation, and you may find more. So if I say I'm concerned about my finances, I'm probably going to have more than 5 or 6 distressing possibilities. It's much more helpful to cover a few situations thoroughly. So rather than applying the practice today to I'm concerned about my finances and thinking through that, and then going I'm concerned about my career, and then going through that, and then I'm concerned about my weight, or whatever it is you're concerned about, stick with 1 or 2 and really dig into them, rather than just like staying superficial on a lot of different subjects. So I'm concerned about my business. I'm concerned about... so let's do that one. I'm concerned about, because I'm seeing a lot of that around me lately. I won't say which business in particular, but anyway, I'm concerned about my business. I'm afraid I won't get enough sales. I'm afraid I won't get enough sign-ups. I'm afraid I won't get the rank I want. I'm afraid I won't teach enough. I'm afraid I won't be available enough. I'm afraid I will offend people. I'm afraid I will come off as pushy when I'm really just enthusiastic. And these are not my feelings, because I don't care so much about that particular subject. I care a lot about other subjects that I can work with today. But I'm seeing it a lot. I'm feeling a lot of desperation coming off of the group, and I'm feeling a lot of fear. So I wish that I could like post this out there, but this is all I can do. So you move through that, and as your list of anticipated, because I'm a fucking honey badger. Honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't give a shit. As the list of anticipated terrible outcomes for each situation continues, you will probably find some of them less acceptable to you. Try, however, to treat them all alike. After you have named each outcome of which you are afraid, tell yourself the truth. That thought is an attack upon myself. And then you repeat it again. My attack thoughts are attacking my invulnerability. And phrase that, that's a bulky saying. Phrase it however you want. My attack thoughts are attacking my sense of oneness. My attack thoughts are attacking my truth that I'm strong. Whatever you want to do. So, I'm concerned about my business. I'm afraid that all these things. And that thought is an attack on myself. Okay? So that worry about I'm not going to get enough people to sign up. I'm not going to make rank. I'm not going to have enough sales. My attack thoughts are not love. My attack thoughts are opposite of love. My attack thoughts are bitches. My attack thoughts are meanie heads. My friend Tiffany calls people meanie heads, and it cracks me up. I'm like, meanie head? How about shithead? I love that word, meanie. And jerk faces. She calls people meanie heads and jerk faces. I love it. I think you guys may be able to screenshot this. This, although it sounds complicated, is not. This is the same as doing a Byron Katie workshop. Okay? This is the same thing. You're deconstructing your story. You're getting aware of your story. And then you're turning your story to glory. How do you like that for a catchphrase? Deconstruct it, then turn it into an expression of your wonderful authenticity in the world. I am concerned about, I'm afraid that X will happen, and go through everything that you're afraid of. And then thought by thought, remind yourself that thought is an attack upon me. That thought is attacking me. Do I want peace or love? Would I like to choose fear or love today? Do I want peace or love? Do I want peace or not peace? Do I want love or fear? What do you want today? You claim it with the same attitude and right of entitlement as a 50-year-old white guy in a big old Dodge Ram. You claim it. You claim that shit, baby. It's yours. The thought of worth shouldn't even cross your mind. The thought of deservedness shouldn't even enter in anywhere in your energy. If you hear that thought, just say, hey, would a 50-year-old white guy be thinking that? No. Out. I'm simplifying. Please don't take that as like a literal instruction. I like an appetizer's piece, please, and all you have love buffet. I like an all-you-can-eat love buffet, please. I'll be drinking some fearlessness with that. Thank you. Okay? You can see it differently. You can do it differently. You are incredibly powerful, and metamorphosis is naturally destructive. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. Yes, raising your son's better. Please. Don't be scared of the destruction. It's a necessary process. Taking the old doll off and welcoming the new doll. Hi, doll. Say that to yourself. Good morning, doll. It's necessary. And it's only as painful as you allow it to be. It doesn't have to be stretched out painful. It's briefly burst, sometimes intensely painful. But it's very short-lived pain if you're willing to see it for what it is and let it go. You get skinnier. Okay, so super quick. This is the longest scope ever. Oh, I mean, little matryoshka doll. Matryoshka doll. Oh, yes, right, Catherine, I got it now. I didn't get it. As you release, you get thinner. Yeah, sometimes you just feel confused. You're just like, what is going on? Oh, good. And you get thinner and thinner. So work on your story and lose weight. Do you know, I don't recommend that as a plan because then you have a hidden agenda. But what does happen as you deconstruct your story is you do naturally start eating better and taking care of yourself better. But it's not something you have to plan. I'm going to drink 8 glasses of water today. I'm going to work out for 15 minutes. And I'm going to do yoga. And I'm going to set myself up for failure. Yeah. You just naturally stand up and do some stretches. You just naturally reach for your water bottle more. You just automatically feel like, kind of feel like taking a walk. I'm going to take a walk in the woods with a gun because there's bears. And I'm in a process. Super easy. I do take a gun when I go walk in the woods. I would prefer to have a can of bear spray, but I just haven't ordered it yet because the gun's stinking heavy. The law of divine compensation. Let's see. You're not self-destructive at all when you love yourself because, you know, you wouldn't do that to your kids.